So 31 years ago, I was introduced to gaming from a really good mate of mine, and the first game I ever played was Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap. Fast forward to 2017, we get the remastered version of Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, which was a digital only game, and then it would be released by limited run. Play Asia would do a physical release of it, and then pretty much worldwide we had it available readily for anybody. And 31 years of gaming, I have finally finished the remaster of this. I finished it today, and I just wanted to make a quick video about it. It's actually my first game that I finished for 2020, and to be at 31 years of gaming, and the first game I finished of this year is the very first game I ever played on the Sega Master System, and I'm so stoked to be able to actually finish it. It's been sitting on the shelf for a couple of years now. I can't believe it was released back in 2017 digitally, and I got it physically. I got it from Play Asia. This is the UK version as well. I just love the cover artwork. But just going back into this game with the remaster of it, and I'm surprised that I could remember most of the stuff, where I had to go, what I had to do, which sword would crack open the blocks to go into secret areas and all that sort of stuff. And it just came back sort of all naturally after 31 years, which is, you know, a massive amount of time between this to this. But you know, I had a ball playing it. It was only a couple of hours playing this game. I don't know if I guess over the years I've gotten better. I just feel like this version I played, and I spent more time playing it than this one. I think I finished it in around 3.5 hours. I did want to go, there's plenty of times I died in it. Some of the boss battles are ridiculous, but I found that the last boss battle in particular was very easy, and I don't remember if it was that easy back on the Master System version. But yeah, it's just like, wow, the first game of the year for 2020. And you remember I did a video a few weeks ago, games I wanted to complete by the end of 2019. I think it was Link's Awakening, Doom, and God of War. That was an epic fail. I shouldn't have even tried that, as I work in retail, and there was no way I was able to play any of those games over that Christmas period. And I know Gallum Russ, he works in retail as well, so he knows where I'm coming from with retail work. It's just so draining. But I did make an effort to say, okay, this is sitting on the shelf, let's just get into it and finish it. And I finished it, and I absolutely loved it. There's a lot of talk going around about, you know, the old retro games being remastered. Some are for, some are against it. Let me know how you feel about that, because I think if they're done right, like this is just a perfect port, not a remaster, remake of what is a classic game. And even you can go back in the retro mode. You flick the button, and it's back in the old 8-bit retro mode, which is really cool as well. But I just love what they've done with it. The hand painted backgrounds in particular really bring this game to life, and they worked with the original creator of this to do this, to flesh out the art style and how things would look. It's incredible. And yeah, the first game I finished for 2020, and now I'm going to move on and work my way through Link's Awakening. I think I'm up to Dungeon 6, so I think I'm getting close to the end. But this is one of the aims I want for 2020, to play a bit more games. I put a lot of time and effort from 2018 to now for this channel, and haven't really played a lot of the games over the space of 2 years. 2018 I finished 1 game, 2019 I finished 5 games, and here I am in 2020, and I'm off to a good start. Yeah, so I'm really happy about it. I'm just so happy to be able to look back on 31 years of this game. It's so special to me to see these remasters. We've seen remasters of Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, which I think is great. I think it's good for the young generation that wouldn't have seen these particular games all those years ago. I think something like Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap, I'm not sure how much it's selling for these days on eBay or you know, to me, it's a priceless game. It's one of those games that's, you know, it holds a special place in my heart because it was the first game I ever played. And there's got to be games out there for a lot of us that go back to, you know, maybe not this far, maybe to the PlayStation or the N64 or, you know, Super NES, and we're seeing all those games being either ported to the modern day systems or a complete remaster like this. And for me, it's a great thing. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy going back, looking at, you know, what was an 8-bit game, you know, just beautifully presented in all its glory in modern day consoles. So I am for this sort of stuff happening if it's done right. And what I've seen so far, Spyro the Dragon is unbelievable. I haven't played the Crash Bandicoot games yet, but I will get into that sort of stuff. But you know, there's a lot of stuff I'm seeing on I think it is Play Asia. I'm just going, I think it was the Grandia, which I think 1 and 2, I think I remember having that game on the Dreamcast, and that's available digitally. I don't know if it's going to be available physically, but if it is, I want to get that because it looks like pretty much a perfect Dreamcast port of that game, and that's an incredible game. But I am into this sort of stuff if it's done right. It has to be done right, and paying respect to the original developers of what is Wonder Boy. And that's one thing, right at the end with the credits, they do pay the respect to the original development team. Their names come up as the you know, the credits start scrolling with photos of the original development team. So that's a great way to honor these amazing teams that go back to the 8-bit era, even back to the Atari 2600. All these amazing people that made these games, and it was small teams back then. It was, you know, I think Phantasy Star had a team of 12 people working on that. Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider, I think there was 6 people working on that, and you know, stuff like that. But it is good that they did honor the original developers. I thought that was a really cool gesture from, I think it is who made this game, Lizard Cube. They did a great job. I'm really looking forward to Streets of Rage 4. I think they're going to do a great job with that. I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy of that. But yeah, I'm so happy. The first game of 2020 would have to be, you know, Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. Incredible game. You haven't played it, haven't tried it, I do recommend it for you. It's a trip down the memory lane for me, and I just adore this game so much. It's the one that started this, and my mate Frank, he's the one that, yeah, responsible for this as well, getting me into this whole hobby of gaming. And here I am 31 years later. First game I ever played, and what a great way to start 2020 with finishing the remaster of this. And now I'm going to have to work on Link's Awakening. So let's see how I go this year with finishing games, but you know, I want to play more this year. And that's it. Leave a comment down below. What's a game you'd love to see remastered for the modern day systems? Share some of your memories of, you know, some remasters you may have already played. You know, it's incredible to think after all these years we're seeing these games remade for the modern day systems. I just think it's brilliant. Until next time, guys. See you later. Bye.